So we have the perfect Christmas song of Dandy's World, which was created, and now I want to talk about it because that means there are possibly canon voices for Bobette, Ginger, and Rudy. Before that though, I want to talk about a little bit of what happens in the advent calendar right when the new day comes, because it doesn't come at midnight, 12 o'clock for me, it comes out at 10 o'clock for me. So as you can see, this is the advent calendar of Ginger, and it's just about to end in a few seconds, and this is what happens. Not a huge animation of when the day changes, but there's some kind of animation there when you hit the deadline mark, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Next thing I want to talk about is, this is more of just an experiment for the video, is just something that has been seen a lot, is if Twisteds get treated after they become Twisted form. And I'm not going to talk about too much of it because it's not really something that I'm going to talk about. And I just think that specifically Sprout looks funny because he has limpy arms, and that reminds me of Paragui with the TV head character who also has limpy arms and a leg. But overall, all of the other character designs are pretty decent, and I'm okay with them, but it's just not my sort of thing. But I still think it's kind of cool if they somehow got treated. Also, I'm glad that the person drew Dandy just the exact same, because technically Dandy turns back into his normal Toon form right after he's his Twisted form, because the next time we meet him, he always says a line that's like just basically saying that let's forget about this, that it never happened. Which is something that he probably shouldn't be saying, because before Dial, he was the scariest Twisted basically in the whole entire game. But overall, his treatment version looks pretty decent, and the other ones, well, I don't really care, but they look the same. Now, actually, I'll talk about the Christmas song of Dandy's World, and this might take some time, so I'm just gonna speed it up because 4 minutes is way too long for a song. The first thing I want to talk about is official voices, which I'm not so sure if is correct, because the voices, sure, they sound very fitting for the characters. I'm not so sure if they're going to be official, because the voices were only hired just for the song probably, and will probably never be in the game, or will never be used in any future social media ever again, since it's just one singular collab for this one song, just like it was for CG5. And I definitely doubt that CG5 is going to make another song, or these guys will make another song for Dandy's World some other point, because it's probably just going to be a one-time thing for a while. But I could very well be wrong, and it probably could be canon, but like I said, it might not be in a game, but I feel like it's also not canon, so I really think that it's 50-50 here. I mean, let's just take a look at their voices for a second.
I've been dreaming of this moment every night throughout the year. Hey Rudy, how's your duties?
It's hard to wrap kids with clothes.
Oh, it's okay, how's Ginger's baking? They're cute, but they don't taste that good. Well, Shirley Cole must have hit her goal.
You gave a job to the Rock?
Their voices are pretty good and they mix well with their characters, but then in the next scene, we have Ginger and Rudy having a lot of self-doubt in them and in Bobette, because this doesn't seem like it's going to be a well Christmas, but Bobette still tries to stay happy. This reminds me of Joy from Inside Out 2, who was, what was the word again? It was delusional, like that, because of Mickey Mouse. Yeah, Mickey Mouse. So Bobette decides to handle everything all herself, like the baking and wrapping presents and setting up, but turns out that's a lot, especially for one main tune, even just as a main. So Bobette starts to go a little crazy and annoyed. The next few scenes of the video do feel like what happens in the Digital Circus of the Amazing Digital Circus from Glitch, where this is exactly what happened to the Cosmo guy, because he was trying to look for the exit, but kind of just went crazy, and that's how he abstracted, because, yeah, he went extremely nuts, and that's kind of what's happening here, and you'll see more supporting idea of that. Definitely considering that she wants to make her creator proud, who I think is Arthur, that's his name, and this is also related to the VHS tape. I didn't mention that, but there was a VHS tape. And it had Bobette being happy that Arthur was happy, but apparently that wasn't enough for Arthur because he said, let's do double of what you're already doing. And that's already a lot for Bobette to handle, let alone if she has to do all of it, just like this music video is saying. So yeah, she goes even more nuts because of that, and you can tell it's starting to really get onto her, and then she kind of just like loses it in the next scene where she falls, and then you hear a cracking sound of an ornament. Then she wakes up, I'm guessing that she passed out, only to see Rudy and Ginger with extremely worried faces on them because what they're seeing right now is probably not what is good for Bobette. And then she pulls up her hand and oh gosh, she's turned twisted. Then basically she kind of just stays insane, saying that we'll make a perfect Christmas, but I'm not so sure that's going to be a good thing to make a perfect Christmas with something that you're already kind of just very murdery and very killing. Murder spree. And I definitely forgot to mention this, but this music video, just like the last one of CG5 Locked Away with Gordy, is definitely 100% canon. And I didn't even watch the whole thing of this one, nor did I of CG5, which is weird because I really like CG5. The song was alright, but yeah. So I guess now we know how one turns into a twisted, which is kind of why I mentioned about earlier in this video of the recovering treatments of twisteds, which is kind of funny. And just one more thing before this video ends, because it's already very long. I want to know everybody's opinion about the ice floors like right now, because I really like them. But before, I heard that a lot of online users really hated it because it was just way too hard to use. There are some tricks about how to survive it, and I use some of these, and they're actually really useful, but yeah, that's what people are saying. They just hate the ice floors, but now I also see them saying that they really like them, so what are your opinions? I'll put a pinned post in the comments so that everybody can argue with each other to see who will win the argument. If you watch the whole thing without skipping, then I guess my experiment is working, and I will say thank you. I actually would want you to subscribe, and I'm telling you to have a great new year this year.